Hello everyone.
Hello.
I'm Toastmaster Prasanna Kumari, Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting number 205. I welcome you all to our club, NITK Bhive Toastmasters Club. The mission of our Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before we start our few ground rules to follow. Please keep your cell phones on silent mode. I'll give 5 seconds to do the same. Please do not move around when speaker is speaking on the stage. Please do not enter and exit the room when speaker is standing on stage. You can do so only during 1 minute silence. However, in order to encourage the speaker, please keep a smiling face. Now I welcome our presiding officer to declare the meeting open. He who is very positive, energetic, and very good musician. A person who carry an excitement on his face always. Let us welcome our Toastmaster, Saikat Nandi, our president.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, that's the power. Officially, with the baton, I'm starting the meeting number 205. Declare it open. Before going towards the theme, the minutes of the meeting, last meeting, 204, has been shared by Toastmaster Prasanna Kumari. Thanks for that. Hope you have gone through that. Thank you. As there's no guest today, so I can't ask for the introduction. So I'm missing the guest badly today. When I heard this theme today, the first thing came in my mind is a manifesto of personal empowerment. Right? This three mantra. In a world that is brimming with distraction and chaos, these three mantras: wake up, show up, and rise up, encapsulates the empowerment of personal empowerment or growth, right? First, the wake up. We need to wake up every day, right? Otherwise, it will not help. Otherwise, we'll declare as a dead person the next day morning. So it urges us to do something new, to open our eyes and see the possibility surrounded us. I remember one great song by Billy Joe Armstrong. He's the frontman of Guns and Green Day, the American rock band Green Day. He wrote one song, "Wake Me Up When September Ends." Actually, he lost his father when he was 10. That time he wrote that song. 5, 6 years, he said, "No, I'll not perform this song." He said, "It's like an autobiography. This dedication to towards my father. I'll not perform this song." So 5 long years he stayed quiet. I'll not perform. Then finally in 2005, this song they performed, and it is released also in the year of 2005, and it was a chart buster. It's one of the hit songs still now. In September 11 also, they have used this song to dedicate this song towards the all the who lost their life. This is still very famous song. "Wake Me Up When September Ends." So this is the power of wake up. You need to wake up. Otherwise, no one will help you. My neighbor, even my wife will also not help me. I need to get that urge inside me to get up, to wake up. Next, the rise. Next, the show up. You need to show up consistently. Again, another instances. Recently, I was watching the one interview of Sunil Chetri. There is a footballer, Indian footballer, Sunil Chetri, captain. He said the importance of doing the right thing every day. He said, if you don't like it, do it. If you're feeling bad, do it. If someone died in your family, do it. But you need to do it. You need to show your consistency. Otherwise, it will not help. This is the second mantra. And the third mantra, this is very important. This is a rise up. Lot of I've seen a lot of people they follow this two mantra. Wake up, show up. But what about rise? In the last moment, they stop their journey. They thought, oh, uh, I'm not getting I'm doing gym every day, but I'm not getting whatever the physique I'm not getting, whatever I'm looking for. So after 3 months, 4 months, they left. It's happening to everyone, right? I'm not the only one. But we need to rise up. You know the story of dancer Sudha Chandran, everyone, right? So what she did, lost her leg, and she used the Jaipur leg, wooden leg, and after that she won n number of competition, right, with the wooden leg. That is called Jaipur leg. I remember I studied in primary or high school. This thing. So this is another example. Another example I've seen recently one movie Ghuma. One this promising cricketer is a woman cricketer. She lost her one hand due to some accident. With with one hand only, she performed. She played cricket throughout and won the match. She bowled, she bat, and everything she did. So these are the you need to rise up. So whatever is the situation, if you follow these three mantras in your life, these are mantras for me. This is definitely you will get the empowerment and growth. Today's we are going to our Toastmaster Ramdas Bhat is going to conduct one session, education session. I'll not disclose that one, but that is also regarding Toastmaster. So you need to perform, you need to come every day, you need to show up, you need to wake up, then you will rise. So these three mantras are very important for me, for everyone. I'm sure our Toastmaster of today's meeting, Toastmasters, I'll declare the name later on. He will show more lights on this topic, right? On this theme, the three mantras. He has some thought process also. Because he has given the theme. So with this, I'm like to call today's Toastmaster of the day. He's a very jolly guy. He's always standing. He said recently he attended our area level contest. He said, I need to cheer and I need to cheer against the MCC girls. So he's always very jolly, he's always smiling and very energetic. He's a very good personality. So with this, I'd like to call today's Toastmaster of today's meeting, Toastmaster Popaya.
Thank you, presiding officer and Toastmaster Cycle. Thanks for the hilarious introduction as well. Of course, it was a great experience, the area contest. And of course, the Mount Carmel College girls had come in group. It was really difficult to compete against them. And they did cheer for their team, but we had our own winner. So that's a good thing. And when I thought about this topic for today, or the theme for today, I didn't really have much in mind. I just wanted to highlight something that we do on a daily basis and how we inculcate that in our day to day team and day-to-day activities, how it can only help us to come up in our lives. I'm sure we have a lot of stalwarts within our team, and I also go to Rotary. We have a lot of members over there who do follow this on a regular basis, and I think it's something that we have to pick up and learn for ourselves. So, with this, I also want to tell you that this is not something to take only in the literal sense, wake up, show up, and rise up, but it is something that we also should consider in a metaphorical sense. Like our president, TM Cycle, also mentioned a lot of examples, a lot of personalities that have used this on a regular basis. I don't have much examples, but I have some kind of a flow that I would like to present. Uh, so I want to make it a little interactive as well because we have a lot of time today, I think. So, what is, when you think about the latest innovations and when you think about this particular theme, what is the one greatest invention that you can think of? We're all using it. Mobile, exactly. And what is the first thing that you use on your mobile when you wake up or that helps you wake up? Exactly. Now, what is that brilliant discovery that somebody introduced in that alarm? Exactly. The snooze button. So technology gave us wonders, but there was a smart man who came up with a snooze button, which means this is something that is beating our traditional timepiece, as it was so affectionately called. So when the timepiece used to ring, it used to ring, and it will not stop until you woke up and stopped. Right? So this snooze button is something that we have gotten used to, and something that we should be aware of and use it sparingly. So they say the early bird gets the worm, but the early worm also gets caught, right? So notwithstanding the doom that the worm is going through, in a global sense, it has been shown that the famous personalities and successful people tend to be early risers, and it helps them have a clear mind and have a clear outlook towards life. Right? Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, he wakes up at 3:45 every morning. Why? Because he says when you love what you do, you don't really think of it as work. It is what you do, and that is the good fortune where I find myself. So he considers that to be something that benefits him for the benefit of his whole company. Michelle Obama, the former US First Lady, she wakes up at 4:30 a.m. every morning so that she can work out and be up before her daughters wake up. So she says that if she doesn't work out, then the entire day she feels depressed and she will not be able to get along through the day. Indra Nui, the former CEO of PepsiCo, she wakes up every day at 4 a.m. and she used to be in office by 7 a.m. in the morning. She says that they say sleep is a gift that is given to you by God. Unfortunately, God has not given me that gift. So that's what she says. Sundar Pichai, the Google CEO, he wakes up every day at 6:30 a.m. to make sure that he reads the newspaper and he has time to plan his day, plan his entire week. Tesla CEO, everyone knows him, Elon Musk. He's a workaholic and he wakes up every day by around 7 a.m. and he says that he's a workaholic and we know he is the forefront, he is in the forefront to take Tesla and SpaceX to greater heights. So the reason I'm telling you about all this is not to start waking up early, but to understand the consistency that these famous personalities follow on a regular basis. It's about the consistency and it is something that helps them maintain and grow their schedules. So the two things when these people were asked what are the two things or two reasons why they do this, two things came out prominently. One is you tend to be more productive during the wee hours in the morning because there are very few distractions. And second is when you start your day early, you have completed most of your tasks before everyone else has started their work. So this gives you a positive sense to plan your day ahead and come out successful. And when you do this, when you wake up early or when you plan your day early, what happens is you are well prepared to show up as well. So there's a saying by Wooden Alley that goes 80% of your success in life is only by showing up. So imagine how important showing up is. And when I say show up, it's mainly focusing on the process and not on the outcome. It's not about worrying about what is going to happen if I go there or if I don't go there. Ultimately, if you show up, if you wanted to play a game, show up to that game, a badminton game or a soccer game. If you want to write a book, show up wherever you want to write it. You go to a coffee shop or at your home near the desk, open your laptop. Or if you want to make that first client, I mean, a lot of us are in business. The first client call, some might be thinking, should I make that call? Should I not make that call? Talking to your girlfriend or boyfriends, make that call or not. You have to make it. You don't know the consequences, but you will know the consequence only when you take that shit, when you show up. A simple story from my life. 2018 to 2020, there was a small misadventure because of which I was in a depression kind of a mode. I had two options. One is continue sleeping during the weekends, wake up at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, do that for a regular basis. Or I had my own option to change my life around, right? I had the option to do something about it. So what I've done is there were certain bad habits that I stopped, and I started changing it. For example, simple example is drinking coffee and showing up to work out. Weekends I used to wake up at 11, but then I started waking up at 5, 5:30 so that I could play badminton for from 6 to 9 a.m. And this is something that has transformed me. It changes the outlook. Of course, you can go back home and relax for a while, but ultimately it changes your outlook as to how it's not only in the game, but even in your work. You tend to start waking up early for work as well, and you see that positive influence or positive change in your life. So there are some benefits that I have highlighted here. When you show up, it helps in better performance. You tend to be focused and you pour your entire energy into it. You move from setbacks easily. So if you have any setbacks in your life, you tend to change that drastically. You create more opportunities for yourself. There's a saying that goes, being at the right place at the right time. So when a lot of good things happen, you say that, right? Of course, there's a wrong time as well, but a lot of things happens because you are there. You have showed up, and you can also build new effective habits if you show up. For example, if you start getting into that yoga classes, you build a positive attitude. Taking up that online class, for example, showing up for me for Toastmasters is something that I built on a positive note. And there are a couple of stories that I would like to highlight quickly. One is we all know McDonald's, right? McDonald's is a super giant chain globally known. But do you know who started it exactly? Have you heard the name Ray Kroc? Yeah. Do you know who Ray Kroc was? He was just a milkshake mixer salesman. One fine day, he decided, why am I getting a lot of orders from this particular restaurant chain? So that day in 1954, he went to San Bernardino, California, to see what is this restaurant chain, not restaurant chain, but just a single restaurant, a fast food joint. He went there and saw that these guys are actually a fast food joint, and they have a lot of customers, and that's why they're offering a lot of no, they're ordering a lot of milkshake mixes. And that day changed uh, the history of that particular joint, right? If Ray Kroc hadn't gone to that spot that particular day, we wouldn't have had McDonald's today. Similarly, the recent area contest that happened, there were only 11 participants and they earned a very few organizers, but nearly 100 people showed up. There are a lot of reasons for that. Some people came to learn, people came to network, and most people, most importantly, they came to encourage their club. This drives motivation and enables the participants to do better, compete better, and work harder. Else the event could have been conducted with just the speakers and the organizers, right? I mean, there's no fun in that. So with this success of McDonald's story, so it is true for all success stories. Basically, it is the art of showing up that helps us rise to great heights. So, like I said, it's not only in the literal sense, but the metaphorical sense. When you tend to wake up, and it's not about waking up early; it's maintaining the consistency. Do that every single day. Show up every single day. That'll help you rise up in whatever goals you have set up for yourself. You will be directed towards that goal. With this, I hope we all inculcate this and let's see some of these happening in our speech. We don't have many speeches, but of course, in the speech today. And we don't have guests today, but for the benefit of this meeting today, I'll just explain the structure of the meeting. It is generally set into three sessions, wherein we have uh, We have the prepared speeches, and then we have the table topics. But today we don't have the table topics. We have an education session by Toastmaster Ramdas Bhat, and ultimately we have the evaluation. Evaluation is a continuous process, and every speech here will be evaluated. We have our tag roles, and today's timer is Toastmaster Africa. Would you like to explain your role, please?
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhive. As the most famous saying of time is time and tide waits for no man. And hence Toastmaster makes it a point to understand that what we communicate needs to be communicated effectively within the time. So today, as my role as a timer, I will be making note of all the time that has been taken by each person, and I will give my report when the evaluator asks. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Africa. Next, we have the R counter, which is taken up by Toastmaster Anand Ramchandran. Could you please explain your role, please?
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhive. We have all woken up, we have grown up, and it's time to rise up. And my job here is to see that all of us rise up. We should see that the clutch words are not used, which is like putting kerosene into a petrol engine in your speech. It creaks and makes the speech look very bad. So I'll be looking out for clutch words like and, so, right, so on. So keep your speech crisp. Watch out for the ahs and oohs. Anand has a very sensitive ears. And I'm sure I'll be later at the end of the session to give my report to Toastmaster. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. Of course, we are looking to use the word of the day, elated. Next role is the grammarian role, which is taken up by Toastmaster Sudipto. Could you please explain your role, please?
Sure, Toastmaster. Most foods have common ingredients. The same rice, it's the same pulses, it's the same vegetables, but the recipe, the taste of the recipe drastically changes in the way and the proportions in which you mix them. Language is very much like that. It's the same words unless and until used and put together in the proper sense of it may not give the right feeling to the listeners. And that's grammar, my dear friends. I'm here to assess today the good and the not so good of such words as prescribed by the makers of the language. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudipto. And ultimately, we also have our general evaluator, which is taken up by Toastmaster B.K. Krishnamurthy sir. Do you like to? No? Okay. All right, so with this, let's begin our session today. The next is prepared speeches. Before I introduce the first speaker, I would like to call the speech evaluator to provide a brief of his speech, Toastmaster Michael.
The purpose of the speech for the speaker is to present a well organized, well supported speech on any topic. Timer, please note it down. The speech length is 5 to 7 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds. All the best to speaker. Over to you.
Thank you much. So with this, the speaker is not exactly an early riser, but he does maintain his consistency of waking up at a specific time. He he has a passion of reading and traveling, and he's by profession a CA in practice, and his focus is on corporate audit. Without further ado, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Kamal Kannani ji to for Toastmaster Kamal Kannani ji, speech title Life Changing Moments. Life Changing Moments. Kamal Kannani.
Thank you, TM. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was thrown out of train
in South Africa. He was in first class. He was having ticket of first class, but he was thrown out because of a complaint by white men that this man was sharing space with him. He took oath on that day that he will fight for this kind of discrimination. It was a life changing moment for him. He established Natal Congress in 1894 in South Africa and fought against this. And we know rest is history. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi became Gandhiji, then Bapuji. Like this, we are getting so many stories for the motivation, for education. Whenever we go to any seminar, workshop, we will find these kind of motivational stories where these famous personalities, when their life changed, what was the moment when their life changed? It is taught. And I believe wherever I've attended, I listened that only these few personalities, like you told about McDonald fellow, like Gandhiji, or few personalities, maybe you can count in your hand, or maybe within hundreds. So sometimes I come back and think, was yes, life changes moment for all these famous personalities. What we are doing here? What is for us? What is life changing moment for common men like me or us? Yes, life changes changing moment is there for everybody. Everyone faces life changing moment. What is this life changing moment? It may be an incident or accident or outcome of any work, anything we do, which changes the perception towards life, way of life we live, or sometimes it changes the life completely. Maybe the direction will be up or down. Sometimes it changes the life to make a person successful, elated, joyous, or sometimes some life changing moment draw people back, give some sorrow also. And I believe most of us here have faced the life changing moment, if you think. So I feel there are some moments, life changing moments, are common for general people, like passing of examination, professional examination. When I got my result of CA final, I felt with joy. I was elated because it was a life changing moment for me. I passed so many exams before that. Why it was life changing moment? Because on this, my whole life, future life was dependent. So definitely my life changed on that day when I became a CA. Then this is common for everyone. Anybody who passes engineering or some examination, which is the goal for them, is a life changing moment. Then getting married, of course, it is life changing moment for 100%. I'm sure for everyone. And this moment, everybody remembers also. Nobody can forget. You're not allowed to. So, yes, it can be a disaster or other way around, possible. That for that we can have one-to-one meetings. So I feel yes, marriage is a life-changing moment. Then becoming father, yes, I felt that day I felt yes, I'm more responsible towards my family. life changed. Then sometime this life changing moment, as I told earlier, come with sorrow. Last September, suddenly I lost my father. I was in Chhatra Chhaya, we tell in Hindi, of my father for last 50 years. Suddenly I felt so helpless. And believe me, my life changed. So friend, the moments are there in the life which changes our perception, changes the way to life. What we have to do is to take the positive moments with us, treasure them with us, keep the kind of incident in back of mind always, which motivates us, which stops us to take any deviation and assist us to achieve our goal. And I believe that any moment of life can be a life changing moment if we are alert, if we see that moment very carefully and take it very close to us. That's all from my side for life changing moment. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kamal. Right, after the session, we only have one speaker today. So now we will have education session. We do not have table topics for today, but we will have an education session today by Toastmaster Ramdas Bhat. I'll allow the Toastmaster to present his own topic. Mr. John. Sorry, back.
Just
Thanks for nice introduction. Why we come to Toastmasters every week? If we miss one meeting, we feel that we miss something. So why we come to Toastmasters? We're all adults. Right? We're all adults and we already accomplished in our life. Still we want to come not only for networking, I'm very sure. Networking could be done in many different ways. So why you come to Toastmaster meeting week after week?
I get to learn something new every day from at least one.
Okay, we come here to learn something new.
Like to meet people. So whenever I come, every day there will be a new person, but today it is not there. I like to meet people, be with
Meet
people.
people, okay.
that
And
is
want to meet like-minded people, right? Who come with a common purpose, common goal. We're all aligned with. I want to do certain things, so I meet people of similar intention or goal. Easy,
practice.
okay. I do some role, so I get practice, and it will help me in certain way, maybe in my career or in my social life. So we come here to learn every meeting,
Learning and progression.
learning and progression. So we come here. And Toastmasters, why Toastmasters? There are so many training institutes available outside. Of course, they charge and they be better institutes than Toastmasters, I don't know. But Toastmasters is one institute, one organization which is established in the last 100 years. And an organization which has sustained for anything more than 25, 30 years definitely is having that worth. Otherwise, it can't sustain for longer period of time. So Toastmasters is something which is a great organization for training people who are like-minded, and of course there's a lower age of 18 years. There's no upper age because learning can happen till any age. So there's nothing stops us in learning through the life. We come here to learn. Shouldn't we learn in a systematic way? Then learning just like that, right? What's the difference between a good professor and not good professor? Professor is somebody who is well, organized, a capable professor. We all would like to go and learn from. Like that, an institute where the system is established and to learn through system is the best way. So Toastmaster clubs, there are 16,000 clubs across the world. In every club, there is a system being followed. There's a discipline given that this role should be done this way. Because Toastmaster has gone through the evolution of every role, and if you see our pathways also, it has come only recently. Before that, we had competent communication, and before some other one, right? It's continuously evolved. So whatever Toastmaster prescribed, the role for the content for every role is already refined. So learning that is really good, and practicing that and doing the role in a defined way makes a lot of learning for us because it's already defined by Toastmasters. So today I thought we'll share. There's already good content available in Toastmasters, and Toastmasters has huge content for learning. I picked up the roles that we do in a meeting and try to see what is the prescribed way in Toastmasters and what we can do better. We can do better than what prescribed by Toastmasters, but not doing something which is not prescribed by Toastmasters. So I'll share my thoughts today. I've taken the material from Toastmasters, added some things which we do in our club, little different than a Toastmasters in other clubs. We do 8 roles here. I'll go one by one quickly. So starting with TM OD, that's Toastmaster Day role. This is the major role. You can all see this screen. I'll not read through. I'll just go through. I'll be sharing this document later. The purpose of the Toastmaster is to, or a host is to entertain the crowd. Crowd is the audience. Unless the Toastmaster is energetic and brings out something interesting to the audience will go feel very well because Toastmaster the day takes longer time on the podium or on the stage. It's a link between the audience and speakers. So a good host provides a necessary break required from agenda of the event. For example, the speeches are done. After speeches, before going to next session, connect a link or give a break so that when you heard a speech, we are in the mindset of the speech. So change that to the next topic. Who's doing it? Toastmaster Day. So he prepares us for next session. So this is the role of a Toastmaster Day. So every role, this is prepared by Toastmaster also. Before the meeting, when you come to the meeting and after the meeting, what we should do. So Toastmaster Day has to choose a theme for the week and a word for the day and share it with VPE and create the content around the theme. Like today, Toastmaster Bopaya has spoken so beautifully. See, the research done by one member will so much of knowledge shared with all of us. That's why Toastmaster Day has to come really prepared with the content relevant to the theme and to the audience. Toastmaster Day introduce all the role takers who are going to come here. He has to come prepared. Ideally, we suggest that we create some questions and ask the speakers, get the answers and articulate my introduction for the speaker in my own words instead of taking their biodata and reading it. That's what is done by as well. So ask the questions to the speakers and get the introduction. Collect the guidelines. This is the ideal role of Toastmaster Day. which is done by sometimes with education. Get the project guidelines, evaluation resource from the speakers, then introduction of everyone, craft introduction of speakers, TTMG, rehearse. Rehearsal is very, very important. I just put down something on the paper and it's not enough. As it was from the day, we need to practice and as much as possible avoid reading from of course, we can keep the paper and then go through. Ideally, if you can speak, because when I look down, I lose the eye contact with the audience. It's a recommended timing for a Toastmaster of the day. By Thursday, get to know the role takers, share the theme, and contact the speakers to get the details. Saturday, share the details with VP. By Tuesday, Toastmaster of the day should be ready for the next day. Because when I prepared, when I rehearsed, the mind works on whatever I prepared. So it actually helps us to do our role better if you are prepared well, at least by one day. And during the meeting, Toastmaster has to arrive early, check for the role takers. Today as well, one of the speaker dropped out. So what has to be done? Toastmaster Day has to organize the whole meeting. If somebody is dropped out, what alternate can be done? Yeah. And as Toastmaster Bhupe had done, when introduced by the presiding officer, talk on the theme and talk about Toastmaster history and talk about the structure of the meeting. And one more thing, if there is no guest, we can avoid talking on the structure of the meeting because all of us know. See, what I speak should add value to the audience. If there's no guest here, we can skip the structure of the meeting and tell something more or differently. Introduction of the speakers is very, very important. When we introduce someone, that person should feel really good about being introduced. Please remember. That's why we say personalize the introduction of the speaker than reading the biodata of the person who are given to us. And the typical way of introduction is, let's say the next speaker is attempting level 1 project 3 on this pathway. Introduce that person and say the next speaker is name, title, name. This is the right order that we need to say and with lot of energy. Energy is extremely important for Toastmaster Day because he's the one who's integrating or linking different parts of the meeting and here on the stage for longer time. At the end, before handing over to the presiding officer, typically I've seen that you have to conclude on the theme because theme is given by Toastmaster Day. Many people would have spoken on like the Toastmaster would have chosen topics on that. Presiding officer would have spoken on this. So Toastmaster Day closes and leave a message on the theme which can we all can take with us. This is done before handing over to the presiding officer. And some tips. Pronunciation of the names very important. If I'm called by different pronunciation, I may feel bad. So some names may be typical. So pronunciation of the names should be very important. Keep the time in mind. If the meeting is running late, tell tabletops can be cut short. So TMOD has to keep the time in mind. Applause is very important. In fact, it said that Toastmaster Day starts the applause and the members follow. I see one thing here, we don't applaud so much. When we applaud with the clapping, it actually helps me, my blood circulation improves in my hands. So let's practice that here, starting with the Toastmaster Day. Practice is very important. Even versatile Toastmasters, when you take up the role, we need to practice, we need to rehearse. Have fillers ready. For example, something is not working, then we cannot be silent. Something has to be done. So Toastmaster Day comes out. It happened online meeting once. That setting was not happening. then one Toastmaster brought something and engaged all the audience. So engaging audience at any point of time is the art of Toastmaster of the day. Any thoughts on the Toastmaster day? This is very, very important role. I suggest all of us should take up this role and do justice to the role. My sincere request is when you take up the role, you know that you have 1 week to plan, available for 1 week. Plan, rehearse, come and do here, and then you get the feedback from your side and from others as well. That's how we can improve, because emceeing is very, very key role for any event. Okay, let's move to the second role. Second important role. All the roles are important in terms of the preparation, in terms of the impact. Second is a general evaluation. So general evaluator is a member who evaluates everything that takes place throughout the meeting, starting from beginning of the meeting till he or she comes on the stage. It improves critical thinking, planning, preparation, organization, time management, motivation, team building. So before the meeting,
Is there any criteria who gets this general evaluator?
ideally we say somebody who has done 2 speeches or done 2, 3 evaluations. Because general evaluation is nothing but evaluating. Evaluation is nothing but, according to me, articulating my thoughts and giving feedback. See, when I evaluate a speech, I evaluate one speech or speaker. Rather, I don't evaluate speaker, I evaluate the speech. General evaluation is evaluating the whole meeting. So if you've done 2, 3 evaluations of the speech, we suggest you can take up the G grade. Ideally, general evaluator starts with the briefing of the purpose of general evaluation for the benefit of guests. General evaluation is done to motivate speakers like this. So you have to briefly talk about what's the purpose of general evaluation, the techniques available, and know your team as well. Ideally, general evaluator sits at the back of the main room so that you have the view of the whole room. If somebody is there's a parliamentary role also in some of the clubs where that person shares something and everything went as per the parliamentary procedure, or here G can do that role here. So during the meeting, take notes. General evaluator has to take lot of notes, including what happened good or what did not happen that should have happened. Watch unnecessary distraction that could have been avoided, and evaluate each participant on the meeting program. Look for good examples. Then evaluate not only tells what did not go well, also appreciate what went well. For example, something is done meticulously, there's good preparation, good planning. When you encourage somebody, that person feels good, irrespective of age. In fact, as we grow old, we want more appreciation from others. So appreciate others for whatever the good things they're doing. And one suggestion that we have is, when the speech is being evaluated by the evaluator, general evaluator need not do evaluation of the speech once again, because the role of evaluator, speech evaluator, is to evaluate the speaker. G can add few points if something missed out by the evaluator, because evaluator also, then G also has taken notes of the speech, and you observe that some of the comments are not given to the speaker. You can highlight only 1 or 2 points. So it's not evaluation of the speaker. G evaluates the evaluator. How well it has done the role, or any scope to improve, this ideal way to give the feedback to the evaluator. The last line, praise your evaluation to encourage and support the club members while identifying areas for growth. We all come here to get motivated. We all come here to learn in a way that, yeah, I can do it. So that inspiration, motivation has to be given by an evaluator to all the role takers. The third role is table topic master. This is very, very important role as well, because he or she is the one who picks up the topics and the members who want to speak. That means I need to really come prepared with the topics, and when sitting there in the meeting, I already make my mind to whom I am to give this topic. The topic and the person has to match. If you give critical topic to a person who cannot speak so well, I'm actually discouraging that person. So I should know that okay, this person is able to speak. So what I was doing was bring mixture of tough, medium tough, and simple topics. And looking at the audience here, I sort of judge, okay, this I can give it to senior Toastmasters, DTMs, tough ones. This is the role of table talk master. So select topics in advance, whom to give the topics. Ideally, we believe that everybody comes here to speak and practice, not to just sit and listen and go back. So I would need more time. So give topics to someone who has not spoken, not taken up any role. Start with them first, and then go to the tag role takers, and then go to avoid going to Toastmaster day because it's a big role. Avoid going to general evaluator. Cover everyone. If still there's time, you can go to this role takers. So these are the do's and don'ts. Okay, there are some tips available here. I'll share this document. The next role is timer. Timer is very important role where we tell the speaker this is what the time being taken. It's very important role. And we know green time, green, yellow, and red card. We have to show the timing card from the very first role, that SAA role, and make a notes and read out when the general evaluator calls for. I see some of our members bring little more, not only reading the reports. I liked Toastmaster Anand or Toastmaster Sudipto ji adding some comments to what's the importance of this timer role or our counter. It's really good. Bring some more improvement on this is okay. Coming to our counter role. Our counter role is important, as Anand mentioned. When I speak, I'll not know what words I'm using, crutch words I'm using. So I get a feedback. Okay.
I would like to add one point here.
Yeah.
The clutch words keep changing from person to person. So very importantly, the R has to first catch what that clutch word for that particular person is, and then probably give a feedback on that.
Correct.
And what I also would like to add is, especially our counter and grammarian group, we have to give solution as well. Pointing out is fine, but how to overcome? Like for example, today, Mumbai, during his speech, I'm sure Artika would agree that there were a lot of R's and shows that were used all through his delivery. So identifying is fine, but how should the person overcome that is, I think, extremely important to be
Correct. I agree. And being a R counter role you take, it improves your listening skill because you're listening intently every word and making a note, and you're trying to help the person. I agree. Each person may have different touch words and give feedback. This is the table that.
One thing I need to add here. Uh, our counter, we are talking about the crutch words only. It's not only the crutch words, the repetitive words, pauses,
Yes.
that we are missing out all the time. Only crutch words we are giving. What are the crutch words has been used? Who took the long pauses? That we need to utilize. Repetitive words and
Yes,
fillers
any
also.
suggested solution or remedy for improving on the usage of Dutch words from Toastmaster?
No.
Is it
No. I not seen our counter is giving a report of what he or she heard. What has to be done is not told by our counter.
By Toastmaster.
Yeah, Toastmaster is not suggesting that.
I saw this on another Toastmaster meeting video, wherein they said generally we use catchwords when we're trying to fill something. So we go back to something that we're familiar, we know, and that's the reason why we use words like are and are. So once you bring that particular thing to the spotlight, you start consciously trying to avoid those words that you're trying to fill, that you're unconsciously trying to fill. So you're trying to bring that to the spotlight so that the Toastmaster is using it learns to reduce his or her dependence on the word. So that is one of the reasons why we are counted.
So I have a not argument, but sure. I have a point to say about that. I think there are some these speeches also we can exactly see because person to person the tendency to go back to a habit changes or depends. Yes, bringing out a point in the open makes them aware, makes them conscious. But unless a technique is given or taught to the person on how to overcome that, I think we are missing out on an improvement area, and maybe the improvement is going to take much longer than normal for certain people than for somebody
So
else.
we keep this point, ponder on this, and come back and then see whether
Can
we
we
can
get
do it
some
here.
expert advice from
We'll
somebody
for
else?
that.
Maybe because like me,
Yeah.
I'm still using the curse words during my regular sentences, which I should not be when I'm spending 6 months here. So,
So quickly, we can make a table, and against each name write what filler words, fetch words, pauses. So a small table will help. And one more thing is based on the time. I cannot read out everybody using all this. So we are given 2 minutes to complete our role. In 2 minutes, what all you can share, and in other club, used to share that on WhatsApp group, so that I'm aware how many times I used. You can put, post this message in the group as well.
This is available in Toastmaster portal. You can download.
There is a app only. You can.
No, no, this structure is available in the Toastmaster portal. This structure. But,
No,
Ramdas.
our counter there is a app. App. I mean, you can just keep pressing plus 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 plus. It will keep.
In Toastmaster also same thing is there.
Okay, we are
In Toastmaster also inside this thing is there. I'll tell you.
So
what is
primary
this.
role is
Toastmaster
also very important. Already explained by Sudipto. One suggestion I have here is when we give the report, the good usages we can use the names of the speakers. When somebody is not used in the right way, do not tell the name. Because I feel bad if Ramdas has told like this in front of 15 people, my self-esteem will go down. So when you're saying the not good usage by a speaker, don't name. Name the person who has used good words. I feel really good. I feel cloud nine. Yeah. Quickly coming to speaker. Speeches, we all come here and give prepared speeches. We follow the Toastmaster guideline. It's very important. Every speech has to be as per the guideline. Evaluator has to see whether speech has met the guidelines or not. So we need to do research, organization, rehearsal. It's better if you can bring a printout of the evaluation resource, which can be filled up with and given hard copy back. Yeah. DTM MU Bhat always asks for the print my project. If you see in the Toastmasters near evaluation resource, that actually is the complete printout of the whole that speech. If you can forward it to the evaluator, will it will come prepared. because evaluation guideline is only one page, whereas on what basis you prepared the speech is complete maybe 15-20 pages. It's better if you see why I want to be evaluated, that I would know that what is done well, where I could improve. If evaluator is aware of the guidelines given by Toastmasters, he or she can do a better job. So it's my interest if I can share the print me project, because every speech has different guidelines which evaluator may not have. It's a good practice if you share the guideline which is called print my project to the evaluator and tell him or her to come prepared and give feedback on that. And it's better if the speaker talks to evaluator before the meeting. Tell him or her what is that you're looking for feedback. I don't use too much pauses in my speech. I would tell my evaluator, please see whether I've taken enough pauses or not. So you can ask the evaluator to give personalized feedback, not only here, even after the meeting, the evaluator can give feedback. As a speaker,
one line was there.
Discuss with the mentor, very important. We all have mentors. Please discuss with the mentor. Mentor can add value to your speech. In fact, Toastmaster Atmik also got mentored from Toastmaster Santosh for the contest. I was not aware. Okay,
Share
that's
recorded
good.
speech. What is this? Share recorded speech and ask.
Yes, if the mentor is not in this meeting and they want to get the feedback, yeah, right, after the meeting. Typically, you need to come early so that you come and see, familiarize yourself. We know we come every meeting here. Still, if you come early, familiarize with the audience, it's good. Avoid looking at the notes as you speak, please. So today, a great job. It's okay to make mistake. It's okay to forget. We're all here friends, so it's okay. After the speech, meet the evaluator, ask for more feedback, because in 2 minutes you cannot give complete feedback. And here we sort of sugarcoat a sandwich. You meet face to face or one-on-one or call, you get the real feedback from your evaluator. And again, talk to mentor after the speech. One good habit that we can do is after the speech on the same day, write down what you experienced here. You experienced good, did not experience good, that actually can remember and write. Before next speech, go through this. So we are going to improve step by step. I was better here, okay, like this. So please write down what you felt good or what experience during your this speech. And the last one is evaluator. This is also very important. What is the purpose of evaluation? For the evaluator, I want to motivate the speaker. I do not want to criticize the speaker. I do not want to show that I know more than you. I'm giving you my feedback or my knowledge. No, this is not a knowledge sharing session. I'm evaluating the speech, not the speaker. Speaker may be good, but today may not be a great day for the speaker. So evaluate the speech, the content, and say what you liked, what you did not like, and articulate in a way that doesn't hurt the speaker on the stage. When you speak on the stage, every word you speak gets registered by the speaker who's listening to you in front of other members. So never criticize the speaker on the stage. Articulate in a way so that the member gets the message and you have done the role. Yeah, there's one more thing I've not done this. Evaluation feedback is available for evaluators in Toastmasters. Go and see, it gives a lot of ideas how to evaluate a speech. Yeah, after the speech is over, meet the speaker, congratulate that person, say you've done a good job, and any improvement area you can certainly share. But meet the speaker either in person or on phone, because you want the speaker to get motivated to come back next time as better speaker. This is a role, a purpose of evaluation. One more I missed here, I don't have, it's called SAA role, Sergeant role. Also very important, defined by Toastmaster, share the document. These are 9 roles that we take here in every meeting. And remember that we need to follow the Toastmasters process, Toastmasters standard material. And to improvise on that, as we discussed today, we'll always look for that. We should maintain the basic things. Okay? This is a standard of the club, depends on how we perform our role. I cannot do just like what I want because there's something prescribed by Toastmasters. I hope we all follow this and come prepared. I have a couple of thoughts. One is come prepared for every role that you take. I mean, GE and just come and watch. No, we can come prepared for the general level role. Any role we take, come prepared. Secondly, good habit to bring a notebook. When a speaker or we share a lot of good thoughts, make a note. It may be helpful after 5 years, after 2 years, you don't know. So make a habit of writing down on a mobile or on a hard copy. It will be helpful. Okay. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ramdas. It was a very educative session, very helpful. We will try to be more enthusiastic. And we've learned a lot in the sessions today. The speaker today spoke a lot about life-changing moments. We will try to incorporate that as well. And if the president permits, can I have a couple of table talk?
We're running short of time,
Like your
806. Yeah, so 806 now. So we don't have time because general evaluation.
So I just came up while I was hearing the speeches. I thought if we can have, anyways, that's fine.
One we can do, one or two we can do.
Okay,
Maximum.
because I've seen a lot of people, a couple of them haven't spoken. So let's have a quick table topic session, which is impromptu. Okay. So we had a session about life-changing moments today, and we recently had a Holi festival. So this is around those two themes, and we will try to use our theme "Wake Up, Show Up, Rise Up," and also try to see if we can use the elated word of the day today. My first topic is we have all been through life-changing moments. So what was one life-changing moment that happened to you when you showed up? I'd like to call Toastmaster Anand.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for giving me the opportunity. Life-changing moment. I have a very, I am elated to tell you about the life-changing moment. It is a very defined life-changing moment that happened. It happened during the COVID. I was a Rotary member for past 7, 8 years, but a totally dormant member, not at all participating, not going to meetings, not going to any project, nowhere. During COVID and the lockdown, I didn't know what to do with my time. And a friend of mine called up saying that there is a voluntary request from the government. Would you like to join? You would be called as the Corona warrior. Would you like to be a part of it? I said, "Chal, let's go and do it. I don't have anything to lose. What will I do staying at home? How much TV can I keep watching?" So I went out, and leading the leader is what we are all very much well aware of, or I was trained in that. So from there, my service to the mankind started, and from there into the Rotary as a treasurer, going into every COVID ward, COVID hospital, COVID people around me. We went around the town, around Karnataka, trying to do so many things. And then into my presidency as a Rotarian, where I almost won the Best Club Award, but I was actually given my Best President Award also. So that has given me so much. That one phone call changed me so much, and it has given me so much access. It opened so many doors that I would refer to that particular phone call as my life changing moment. Thank you.
Toastmaster Anand. My next question is, as you all know, Bangalore is reeling under the water scarcity crisis. But recently, we also had a Holi. How was Holi this year? Was it a dry Holi, or did you come up with any innovative solutions to enjoy Holi as it was earlier? I'd like to call Toastmaster Prasanna.
I should have closed the. I woke up and showed up. And I stopped.
When I think of Holi, it comes, first time when I had it in Ranchi. Being a Keralite, we never used to celebrate Holi. We don't know what it is actually. So and I was in my teens. So people are coming, pouring water on you and throwing what is this? Then I asked, and sweet. Then Murli told me in Malayalam that don't eat that. That will take you somewhere. So that is why memory when we talk about Holi. This year, being staying in a community, we didn't celebrate with water, but we celebrated Holi with the flowers, the petals. We bought the gemantis and roses, and we celebrated with the petals and dry colors. No water used because it was there's a strict rule, and we have a swimming pool in the center. So we were very careful to celebrate Holi. And the best memory, the elated memory I have on my GOV last year, Anand was there, VKK sir was there, where we celebrated Holi is in Koramangala Club. So that was the Holi celebration. And you don't believe my GOV went to a different level. And around 130 people were there for the invited guests. But middle of this thing, everybody went out and celebrating Holi, and we used lots of flowers thrown on everyone. So that was my bestest memory, and I was elated to have that GOV on that day, particular day. Thank you.
Anyway, GOV Rotary Paralances and her GOV means during her period as the president of the club, the governor's official visit.
Thanks, Toastmaster. That was very humorous and enlightening as well. So with this, I have a lot more topics, but keeping the time in mind, I'd like to conclude the sessions over here today. And evaluation is one of the key criteria that helps the speakers improve the speeches and also to identify any words or sentences that we can improve for our future use. So with this, I'd like to call the general evaluator to evaluate our speeches today. Toastmaster PK Krishnan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhupayan. That was very nice of you to call me. I'm in fact every day elated to rise up, show up, and what is it? Wake up, show up, and rise up. No, I get up early morning. I've made this habit very recently, maybe 1 or 2 years. I'm regularly attending yoga classes. It's really refreshing, and it gives a lot of energy for the day. Otherwise we'll be dull without waking up early. I mean, this is the habit I got. Earlier, I used to, get up very late and have tea and all that. Now, nothing is required. It is a question of mind. If you are ready, you can really cultivate. Okay, coming to the general evaluator role, uh, as GE, my role is to see how the meeting went on, who performed what, maybe not so well, maybe, for whatever happens in the meeting from starting to end, I'll be doing it. So I'll start with SAA. The meeting started on time. She was here, I think, 6:59. That was very nice. That is the hallmark of our, club, which we have been doing last 4 years. This continuously we are keeping up that time. So whether three people, four people, or even SAA turns up, somebody else will wake up and be as they say. That is very nice of it, and I'm delighted to see that you standing again at 6:59. You are a very good Toastmaster. I really could not understand why you need a mobile. See, it doesn't matter. See, for example, now I am doing G role. I have written a lot of things. What I have written, I only know. Even I don't know many times. So nobody will know. How can you people know? So it doesn't matter. You come one or two sentences, whatever you can do it. That gives a lot of energy to everyone. Otherwise, it will be like school girl. You want to go back to school, that is okay for them. But definitely you can do. You have so it doesn't matter. We all do mistake. I am doing mistake right now. So where is the problem for you? So this is one suggestion. That's all. Otherwise, you did an excellent job. And no talking in between. This is again against Toastmaster the thing. So in fact, when Toastmaster Ramdas was giving a session, we started parallelly talking to each other, which was not again required. We should not do it. We should okay. If you ask questions, you answer. If you ask, or you raise your hand, if he gives an opportunity, you can tell. But otherwise, there is no crisscross discussion. It's not a debate or anything. So we should respect education session. We may even, of course, today he happens to be our member, but we may sometimes call from outside. So if you do the same thing, they will think what this Toastmaster, can't respect for the education session. Like that they should not think. This is one suggestion. And presiding officer, as usual, he has abundant energy, and he comes, discusses. Of course, we are not doing the business session. I don't know whether you can do it. You can think it over. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes. But for example, membership or whatever it is, you can give the update. You can even start a few minutes before 7 o'clock also and discuss that. You can come here first, the presiding officer. Then wind up at exactly 7. You can give to the HAA, so they will take it forward. This is just a suggestion, if possible, so that we all can get involved in that business session. And of course, that time the guests cannot take part in that. They'll be just sitting. There is no problem. It is mainly meant for the members. This practice is there in some of the clubs. I don't know. It's not a bad idea to discuss. Otherwise, we never discuss business about club, how to take it forward, take it to the next level. That is not there. So this is just a suggestion. Then coming to, we'll move on to the Toastmaster of the day. Maybe I will come a little later. What went right, what went not so right. Before that, I will call the evaluator. If you can give the evaluation of the speech which was delivered by Kamalji.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Toastmaster Kamal, you are happy by delivering this speech?
Yes.
Yes, definitely. You are elated. I've seen on your face. So, thanks for your speech. I would like to say that you have shared all the moments chronologically. You have drafted the stories chronologically way. That is best. I felt it's like you are weaving the fabrics using of the threads. Like I felt very good. In chronological way, used all the stories, all the moments that changed your life. And you ask the question in between that what is your moments? That was one of the wow-tastic moment for me. You added the humor also in between, like this marriage is a good part or bad part that you have added. You have shared the personal story. Your and best part I've like this is your L1P3 speech, right? This is the third speech you have delivered. You have not used the mobile or any kind of notes. That is the best part because still we are also using sometimes some notes or some things. When in the I've seen in the uh, some DTM also they are using some kind of notes. But this is the best part. You will be the best protege of Toastmaster Ramdas Bhat. Definitely. So, in my opinion, it was a very good speech, mind blowing speech as a third speech. It was very good speech. But this there is a scope always to make a good speech even better, right? I felt here starting should be more punchy, should be eye catching, or people can state like this. So this is starting with this thing. Some you have started with a bang, I can say, but that's not happened. You have not started with a bang. You started with the Mahatma Gandhi's story, but instead you can start with a punchline or a tagline or some quote of Mahatma Gandhi that you can add in your next speech. And delivery, what I felt, you stand here. Sometimes we are also using this thing, putting the hands in the pockets, but sometimes is okay, but it's not all the time. You stand in the space and deliver the speech. That is one point. Next point, interaction I missed out with the audience. Your eye contact was good, but interaction I missed out. You have not asked the questions, or you ask one question, but you have not given the time to the audience. That I missed out. Apart from that, it was flawless as a third speech, definitely. Lot of things to add, lot of things to do in your next speech. I hope my evaluation will help you to wake up, show up, and rise in your future speech. Over to you, General.
Thank you, Sekat, Toastmaster Sekat. That was a wonderful evaluation. I agree with all the what the evaluator has done, but except one point, probably he should have said whether he has met the guidelines or not, because that is very important. In any speech, one should say yes, you have passed. Like whatever passing mark. Of course, that is not there in Toastmaster, but you can say yes, you have pass the guidelines, so there is no problem. There, except that you have done a wonderful evaluation. Keep it up, Toastmaster Sekhar. That was an excellent thing. And of course, if you keep on delivering speeches, I'm sure you will also gain a lot of knowledge and you will deliver in a nice way. So I think both the evaluator and the speaker, we can give a round of applause. And I forgot to give a round of applause to our SAA, so I think we shall give it to her as well. Okay, now coming to the our education session. I think it was very nice education session. These things are required, and I think we can all get benefited out of this. Whatever he has given, of course, he has agreed to share, which he has put in a lot of effort. It is not that easy, to get all these things. So maybe we can go through that whenever we get time and come prepared for that. It will definitely help us. Thank you, TM Ramdas, for that. I think we should give our Ramdas round of applause. And who else? Now I take the report of our timer and GE and R counter. Yes, sir. I think we will go first. Tag T.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So today we've had highs and lows even in this small meeting. I'm going in the order of presentation. So Toastmaster Prasanna Kumari has taken 1 minute 20 seconds, which is within time. Presiding officer Shaikar took 7 minutes 36 seconds, and your time limit is 8 minutes. TM Toastmaster Popaya, you were a little over. Your time limit is actually 10 minutes. You took 10 minutes 55 seconds. I'm sure because it's the first time you're doing your TMOD role, there's twists and turns, so it's absolutely acceptable. Our speaker, Toastmaster Kamal Karnani, took 6 minutes 35 seconds, and his time limit was 7. The evaluation by Toastmaster Saikat Nandi was right on the edge at 3 minutes 30 seconds. Our education session by Toastmaster Ramdas Bhat, we allotted around 30 minutes. We took 32 minutes 5 seconds. And introductions of the tag role generally is within 1 minute for all three of us. In table topics, again, both the table topics were within time, with Toastmaster Anand Ramachandra taking 1 minute 56 seconds and Toastmaster Prasanna Kumari taking 1 minute 40 seconds. That is it.
Thank you. Call upon our accounter Anand Ramachandran, Toastmaster Anand Ramachandran. Can you come here? You narrate very nicely.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for asking my report. My role was to see if the speeches were awesome or awful, whether there was kerosene or petrol in the engines, whether there were screeches or creaks, or it poured very nicely. I would love to say our Prasanna Kumari, Ramdas sir, and our speaker Kamal had the best well-tuned engines. It just purred so beautifully that there was not a single squeak anywhere. Yes, big round of applause for our president, Saikat Nandi sir. I is your favorite crutch word, and you just used it 12 times, and once. Not much, but I think we can bring it down to one or two from 12. Our Toastmaster Bupayaji, his favorite crutch word is right. Right? Nice. So he had that right 5 times. Ah, 6 times, that's half a dozen. And twice. And there were many so's. But so, maybe I let it slip. Maybe it was in the context of whatever he was speaking. Atmika ji had just 5 times. So Sudip was uh, 3 R's and 3 M's. And Kamal Nirnani sir, yes seems to be your crutch word. Yes. And that we need, I think there were 4 of them, but maybe I let it slip. BKK sir, is again your major thing. We just had 1 dozen of them and 2 ands. And that's my report from the R counter.
Very nicely compiled. She has to be very carefully observe the speeches. Then only you can get 1 dozen. Otherwise it is not that easy. Okay, come, Gameri and Sudipto, Toastmaster Sudipto.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Today's recipes had their fair share of spices, bitterness, and sweet. Let me start with the dessert first. Kamal Karnani sir, Toastmaster Kamal Karnani, flawless. Not a single misuse of English grammar. Though the sentences were short, amazingly put and amazingly structured, nobody can tell that this was just your third speech. Amazing. Well, there was some really good use of nice English words, especially by our postmaster, our presiding officer. Prodigy was one nice word that was used. Metaphor, that was very nice. Then using it sparingly, that was very nice use. But of course, there was those bitter moments as well, where the authors of the book, Renan Martin, would not have liked to hear. Carries, not carry. The word should be used in the proper sentence while doing the constructing. The right pronunciation of the word is chaos and not chaos. There was one more beautiful phrase used by one of the speakers. world brimming with distraction, which is very true, but nicely weaved into a phrase. And in the English dictionary, there is no word called bestest. It is good, bad, worse, or better, best. So we will have to conjunct it with another small pronoun to make use of the right superlative. That's about it. Back to you, General.
And one more word that I find fantastic. Yes.
Water stick is a word. Is a word. You can check.
No, that's what I said.
Okay.
Okay, this again
Okay, that's
not allowed between cross talking when a meeting is going on. This is definitely against the Toastmaster rules. So whatever it is, you can speak afterwards, but not during when somebody is in charge. For example, he has handed over the charge to me. When he was talking, I never intervened. Though I wanted to tell him something, I kept myself mum because we should honor that speech. Whoever comes here, when you come, nobody else should talk. It's only Anand who is going to speak. So I think it's a question of taking little more seriously, we can do it. Only one suggestion I have among the tag roles for the grammarian, the word of the day, how many people use, you should note down. And also, in the beginning, you should say the word of the day and the meaning of that, so that people will be ready when their speech or whenever they get an opportunity to use that word. So I think it is a role of the grammarian. So we should inculcate that in your thing. Maybe from next time onwards, whoever takes it doesn't matter. But that is a word of the day is a must, which is a requirement of the Toastmaster organization that grammarian will read out that and the meaning, everything he will be doing it. I think excellent job done by all the three tag role people. I think a round of applause to you all together. So coming to master of ceremony, I think I have not left out anybody other than master of ceremony. Yeah, he has done a fairly good job for the first timer, and that is happening because he has got a fluency of the language, and he is working in a corporate. So he can always, of course, he must have done some mistakes here and there, but doesn't matter. He will be absorbed in the system, and I'm sure you can become a very good orator in our club, and you can take part for ISC and give competition to Atmika. It's a question of time, everybody will evolve. When Atmika came also, we never thought she would be racing there. And so is Sudipto. He has already gone for table topic. I'm sure you are one of them. It's a question of time. You can mold yourself by taking role and giving the speech. That is the only solution. And to address the problem of our members, we need to bring our friends. This excellent concept, Toastmaster. Here there are no gurus. Tomorrow he can be the G, you can be the G, he can be the G. So it is we all learn from our whatever we have learned in this thing. I share with all of you, and I'm sure we can take it to the next level by adding more members. With this, I hand over charge back to you. Keep it up, and you have done an excellent job. Over to you. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster BCK. So evaluation can be either a bland salad or it can be a spicy, tasty food. So our evaluation today, at least from my perspective, has been a very tasty food. We've had the three-course meal served by our Toastmaster Sudipto and a well-fueled and spicy as mentioned by Toastmaster Anand. So today's session, I think it has been really fruitful. We've had everyone try their best to use the theme wake up, show up, and rise up. We've had all the speakers try and use the word elated. I would consider this as a successful event so far. With this, I would like to remind everyone of voting. You have received your checks and everything is done. And with this, I would like to hand it over back to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Cycle.
Thank you. Toastmaster Upaya. Before declaring the result, I need to some business as general evaluator said that we need to conduct some business session. So two things I need to announce, two important things. One, that we are going to conduct the speech craft session soon from 6th April onwards. We'll start this thing in a corporate office named Export Industry. We need mentors for that. So please enlist your name as a mentor. Yeah, one I can see. Two. Yeah, so please enlist your name as a, I mean, we need more mentors. Only two coordinators we have and mentors, we need more mentors. Please enlist your name. This is one. Second one, the membership. As associate VP membership is here, please you need to give some efforts along with Toastmasters and ToastG and need to get this membership renewed as a, because we are standing at 27 today. So need to give some efforts. So now it's time for the result. I will start with the best assignee awards. And this Toastmaster is, I would say that he's making it a habit to get it the best tag role. Is any idea? Yes, Toastmaster Anand. You need to come here to collect this.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now the best Toastmaster. I'm very happy. So I'm elated. The best Toastmaster award goes to Toastmaster Dubai. Thank you. That's all for today's meeting, the meeting number 205. This is all this announcement and the declaration of result. Officially, I'm adjourning the meeting number 205.